I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, April the 19th, brought to you in part by the Night Latch Group. Night Latch Group says hold on to your investments with gross margin policies. They've got that figured out, guys. You can manage your corn and your cattle risk at the same time without any margin calls, plus you get the government subsidy to help pay for the premium. Check it out. Go to nightlatch.net. Also, New Generation Supplements. New Generation Supplements are the manufacturers of Smart Lick in a drum and Mega Lick low moisture blocks and tubs. They've got a great network of over 2,000 dealers just about anywhere you could think of, and they manufacture it all over the country. So if you're interested in checking out New Generation Supplements, go to newgensupplements.com. Shorts are chomping at the bit, and I'm talking about your cattle commodities, futures market traders. I've been watching this cattle market go up, and they just don't understand why, and they cannot wait to short this thing and ride it down, because they know that we put a lot of undue pressure on your cattle futures just as an industry through hedging, so it takes little or nothing for them to jump on and ride it down. They've done it so many times. It's some of their favorite memories, and they want to do it again. Guys, you're just a little bit ahead here. In fact, I think you're about 2 years ahead. But they're going to continue to push and pressure on that. We're going to have to fight the futures through the rest of this rally, because they just don't understand. The only way they're going to make that work is if they come up with several 100,000 of fat cattle that are ready to go. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to stop this rally here. And the delivery process could come into play. We're getting your April live cattle futures, which is a spot, was finally up at the very end of the day. It's set kind of unchanged there through most of the trading session, but ended the trading session on Tuesday around 176.5. Now that is a little bit better than what a lot of your fat cattle brought last week in your southern plains. Now likely your April live cattle will be up again maybe this week, and depending on how the few sellers we have in the southern plains get along selling their cattle, the delivery process could come into play. We may have people market their cattle, especially in the Texas Panhandle, through your CME live cattle futures. And if that does happen, if people decide to tender for delivery, there are people in the northern plains that will take delivery of those cattle, take them back up north, finish them off, and sell them where people sell negotiated cattle, and they can get a bigger price for them. So look for that to see if that happens or not. They may not like the quality, but it's all about how the cattle are going to finish, guys. It doesn't matter if they've got speckles on them or something like that, or if they're not all black. It's all about the carcass quality of the cattle. That's what the guys that deliver will get paid on, and that's what the guys up north, if they take delivery, will pay on. But your feeder cattle suffered a little bit of loss on your cash for the first time in a long time. Real-time index, that's your index that put together by us here at DV Auction through Cattle Market Central, and that is your 7 to 899 pound steers up through your middle 12 states, figured just like your CME cash feeder cattle index. Is just up to date and current because it's all automated. It was down 58 cents late on Tuesday afternoon. The first measurable loss that we've seen on your real-time index in nearly a month. Last time we seen it being down anything at all other than just unchanged was March 23rd. So, and it was setting at 187.96. So it's climbed to $16.77 in less than a month. And that's your cash 8-weight feeder cattle. And I thought that was pretty impressive and something that could look at. But coming to you from Alva, Oklahoma. Tell you what, guys, this drought is not playing up here in northern Oklahoma, right on the Kansas line. Here it's even worse when you get over in the Kansas line, especially on the western side, but it is dry. It is terrible, terrible dry. Coming to Alva, Oklahoma here. Going to be in Cherokee, Oklahoma. It's about 20 miles away early on Wednesday morning for your Mid-States video auction. They've got a few lots they're going to sell at 8:30 a.m. on Mid-States Video. You can go on to DV Auction and check that out, guys, or go to their website with Cherokee Sales Company. But that's that Mid-States Video is not going to take too awful long. Then we're going to go into the sales arena and we're going to be broadcasting. We don't normally broadcast Cherokee Sales Company, but we are going to broadcast them on Wednesday here today, and they're going to have a big run. It started off, they were going to have a little special here of Hereford influenced cattle. The more they got consigned, the bigger it got, and now they're looking at about 4,500 head. Have a big sale, lot of real nice yearlings. They'll be in a really green condition, guys. But check out that sale on dvauction.com. Cherokee Sales Company is going to have their big special on DV Auction, really for the first time ever. So get on there, get approved. If you look on there and you're approved and we feel like we know who you are, we'll get you in a short notice there. But call into the office there at Cherokee Sales and tell them you want to get approved. We'll get you approved and you can view and bid that sale right there. Talk about your board on Tuesday. April live cattle futures up 72 cents at 176.47. June up 32 at 165.20. Your back months on live cattle down 27 to up a dime. April feeder cattle up 37 cents at 205.92. May was up 75 cents at 211.50. August was up, settled at 226.07. Your other back months were up 57 cents to up 77 cents. So consistent gains on your feeder cattle futures. May corn up a penny, 677.5. December corn new crop up 4 1/4 cent at 5.71 a bushel. May beans were up 2 1/4 cent at 15.19 1/4. November new crop beans up 8 cents at 13.19 1/2. Fat cattle trade. We have not seen any trade really break loose in a direct basis, guys, in your 5-area feeding region. We've heard a few bids here and there. We've heard of some trade that may or may not have taken place out front. Was at a premium to what our cash market is right now. So you know, the market's still good. Your few negotiated sellers know what they're doing. They're laying back. They're waiting. Your packers have already tipped their hand. We can tell you about a brick and mortar sale on Tuesday in Yankton, South Dakota, Stockman's Livestock Market in Yankton. That lighter run, 1,200 head in overnight, 1,800 head altogether. The conventional fat steers and heifers sold from 177.5 to 188.5. That'd be from $2.5 to $9 higher. Non-implanted cattle bring from 185 to 192. That's what you see on the screen, $7 to $8 higher there. And I didn't have enough all natural cattle really to test the market there, but I had one major in there doing what they've been doing for the last month, just bottom feeding, just buying anything to hang on the hooks, but not challenging the top prices at the sale barn. But you guys wait every week to see what goes on at Yankton. If you've got really nice fat cattle to sell, you're having trouble getting prices anywhere near that, Greg Ryken's got more pens, guys. I've been there. I've seen it. You can consign them to Stockman's Livestock Market. It's a public auction yard there, guys, and you can consign them there. The way you support things like that that bring about price discovery is you participate in them. So you can do that. You don't have to be in his backyard there, but I tell you what, the kind of prices they're getting there will pay a lot of trucking and will pay the commission. Talk about your box beef cutout values. They were up again. They're going to see a big rally this week. We saw huge gains on Monday, big gains again on Tuesday. Choice cuts up 108 at 307.06. Selects up 229 at 291.61. Your slaughter is running at a good pace, guys. They're going to have to keep buying cattle to keep this pace up. 249,000 harvested through the first 2 days of the week, 10,000 more than last week, 13,000 more than the same week a year ago. Talk about what else is going on. Rec Realty, that's Rec Agra, Mark Rec. He has that. He's a ranch realtor there. He's got the RGM Corporation Ranch there, 13,400 acres. There's 27 native pastures there, guys. They've all got water going to them. It's an amazing water system there. Cattle don't have to go very far for water. But get a hold of Rec Agra and check out this ranch. It's a stewardship award-winning ranch, guys. They've conserved that for you. It hasn't been overgrazed or anything. You can get right in on it. It sits in the southwest corner of the Nebraska Panhandle in Cheyenne County, Nebraska. Got excellent facilities. Got a nice home on there. Nice shop. It's got grain and feed storage. Got a cabin barn. This is a turnkey operation, guys. All the equipment goes with and the personal property. So get a hold of them at Rec Agra if you're interested in pricing this ranch. Talk about your feeder cattle market, your real-time index on DV auction. Late in the afternoon on Tuesday, sitting at 204.73, down 58 cents. And like I told you, that's the first time that's happened since March the 23rd. And your big sales on Tuesday, Ozarks Regional Stockyard, West Plains, Missouri, 2,600 through the ring, another 350 through their in-house video they do with help from DV Auction. Talked to Dan Hill. He said kind of a hodgepodge offering there through the ring. Most of the better calves had sold here a week, or not a week, but a month or so back, whenever they had a lot of buyers in there buying cattle to go to the Flint Hills. Well, they're turning out on the Flint Hills now. So just getting a kind of hodgepodge offering there, but the market was still better, steady to $4 higher there with a lot of small drafts in the offering, but still pretty impressive. How about Unionville Livestock Market? Be straight north of there in north central Missouri in the Green Hills, and they had a nice offering there. Rockin' R Cattle Company, Rockin' R Farms there out of Lucerne, Missouri. They sell there typically. It's a good test of the market. If they would have been 12 to 14, 15 bucks higher than less than a month ago when they sold, guys. But they sold 6 loads, 384 head. They averaged 843 pounds with an average price of $207.75. Very impressive there. Your Zoetta stick-out sale of the day was Kimball Livestock Exchange in Kimball, South Dakota. They had 2,600 plus feeders there at their sale on Tuesday. You can tell by the trends there to the right compared to a bigger offering last week, but every weight group was higher except for steers weighing over 800 pounds, and they were moderately lower there. As you know, we can only go so far, and they had such a crazy market last week, but still, look at your best tested weights. 499 head of 7-weight steers, average 745 with a weighted average price of $229.45. 418 head of 8-weight steers, averaged $857, weighted average price on all those of $207.43. And 555 head of 9-weight steers in Kimball, South Dakota, averaged 915 pounds, weighted average price $195.59. One deal of heifers, 205 head of 6-weight heifers, averaged 656, averaged $214.99. Going to give you some individual quotes. Kingsville Livestock Auction in Kingsville, Missouri. That's just south and east of Kansas City, a little ways there, guys. Stick out sale, and they had a really good one on Tuesday. They sold 74 feeder heifers, weighed 652 at $224. And then they also had a set of fancy steers with a Colorado origin there, guys. And Steve Varner's cattle, a friend of mine, 60 head of these Colorado origin steers, weighed 848, bring 209.35 there in Kingsville, Missouri, to Kingsville Livestock Auction. Most impressive quote that I saw anywhere on Tuesday was way out west where they've had moisture, guys. Your Macrocin, no BS, top quote for the day, come out of Turlock Livestock Auction Yard in Turlock, California. 69 steers weighed 696 or 700 pounds at $2.45. And that's your feeder flash for Wednesday.